What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the absolute best podcast on the airways, Hustle Haven. We're your host, River the Realtor.
And I'm Tiesha Renee. I love that.
I had to switch it out. I was like, you know what?
The absolute best podcast
on the airways. Hello. You ain't going to find nothing better.
Hey,
so.
I'm with you when you're right. Period.
That's why you always with me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Did you just stop? What are we doing?
Anyway, y'all, today is a really, really important episode because I think we talk a lot about marketing. We talk a lot about strategy. But today I want to talk about how to really take it to the next level and create something that people cannot say no to, right?
Like, I just gotta have that weed.
Gotta have it. Okay, we are in Atlanta. So to me, right, I think almost every line of work is oversaturated.
For sure.
There's 1,000 realtors. 1,000 hairstylists, 1,000 clothing brands. There's 1,000 of everything because I feel like we are in the city of hustle. We are in the city of entrepreneurship.
Which
and
I love.
I love it. I do love
y'all.
it. But I think that there is a way for everybody to set themselves apart and for everybody to win. We just kind of got to get it there. So today we're going to talk about creating offers that people can't resist and really luring people into your business and making you like the standoff candidate.
Right. Because honestly, people don't be buying the best products per se. They buy the products that's marketed the best.
Literally.
Like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
I have a quick story about that. There was a clothing brand that was like on TikTok, and no shade, right? It wasn't talking about nothing, okay? But the way this girl, she was just marketing so crazy. Like everything she said just kind of made you want to click it.
Yeah.
Little headline she had, it just made you want to go there. The prices was right. She just kept creating content. And I was like, bro, I can't do nothing but respect it. And I'm about one too. Because I'm on your page now just going and going and going because you have created something that I feel like is irresistible. Something I can't get enough of.
And it could be somebody with the same thing that's probably better than yours, better quality. But guess what? Your marketing caught my attention.
Okay.
I want to invest in this product.
Temu and TikTok got the same stuff. So all these little girls that be like, I got this on the TikTok
Amazon
shop.
too.
All of that stuff came off of Temu, baby. It's not really about the quality. It's not about nothing.
It is, but
it's
you know.
You don't know what the quality is before you buy
until
it.
you get it, yeah.
It wasn't the quality that made you buy it. It's literally the way that it was marketed. So let's talk about the standout marketing and how to make yourself like really stand out.
Let's do it.
My favorite thing and my favorite word when it comes to social media and marketing is clickbait, child.
Yes, honey.
Clickbait. I think, and for those who don't know, clickbait is something that you bait people with. You put it on your caption, you put it on your title. That's going to make people be like, I got to see what this is about.
Right. It's that hook and that headline on that picture or that reel that's going to bring them in.
It's literally
going to bring them in. And I love the headlines that have like a result. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll help you. This video will help you get 100 followers in 7 days. Oh, let me see.
Let me see that. It's literally that problem resolution thing, right?
Yes.
I watch Shark Tank, as y'all know, and I say this all the time, but the one thing they talk about on Shark Tank all the time is the best inventions or the best products are not the ones that are super intricate. They're not the ones that are extremely complex. They are the ones that are simple and solve a problem.
Yes.
Okay, so if you are somebody who is, like she said, in the business of creating more followers for people or doing PR for people, and you have a headline that says, are your followers not going fast enough? If my followers are not going fast enough, I'm inclined to click that because I need to know a little bit more about what you're selling.
Yeah, what you gonna tell me? How can I get my followers to grow more? Yeah, it's all about being very simple and clear because the minute that the consumer feels some type of confusion,
I'm not clicking it.
I'm not clicking any further.
I have
I'm not going
scrollitis. Like I scroll, I don't want to hear nothing that nobody got to say. The only time that I really dive into something is if something catch my eye or if it's something that I can resonate with as a consumer.
Exactly.
So I don't get on the internet ever with the intentions of buying anything.
Right.
I'm literally on it for a good time. But when I see stuff that, again, can resonate with me or fix a problem that I have, I'm a lot more inclined to do it. So let's talk about like solutions and how you can do that. I feel like if you are... Let's say clothing, for example, right? And you might feel like, hey, what problem can clothes solve? Well, let's talk about this. We're in changing of season. We can talk about pricing. Good. There's so many different things. Think about your product and or your service, and I will write down the 3 best things about it.
Right. That's a good one. You always have to acknowledge what problem are you trying to solve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like what am I trying to get at right now? Because if you don't know that, then you kind of just like blindly marketing with like no goal.
Yeah.
But if you acknowledge, okay, well, I want to make it easier for the girls to just put on a wig and go out. Like I want to help the people who don't really know how to do hair. I don't know why I'm going to all the hairstylists, but
we love y'all because it's summertime and everybody hair be so up.
Seriously, like, okay, I want to help the girlies who don't know how to do hair. Like, I want to get these easy, like, take off wigs so they can go about their day.
Literally.
Your marketing needs to be focusing on that.
You want arrogant Tay at home? It's like me, I do. So I'm going to click that. Again, it's literally, pointing out what the problem is and giving what the solution is going to be in your answer. So when you have a product or a service, like I said, think about 3 different problems that may arise and think about how it is that your product can help. In real estate, I use this all the time, that affordable luxury thing. I realized that the problem was I was getting a lot of clients who were in affordable price points, but they wanted luxury. So I need to solve the problem of how do I get people who are on lower prices luxury homes? And that's what really kind of pivoted me. I think in every business, think about the problems that your consumers have and how your product or service can solve them.
And then what you just said with the price, I think the next thing is thinking, what is the price of this product? Like, does this value, is this a great deal? Yeah. Like, is this the product that I'm offering? Is it worth this amount for what I want to charge and make from it? Because you have to make sure, like, you can't be selling me a 2-ounce bottle of something for $50.
No.
Like, that doesn't make sense for me.
It grows a money tree.
Okay, unless
and then it's worth the value. But Tiesha talks about this all the time. You talk about market research.
Yes.
I feel like price and market research go hand in hand.
That's true. Maybe
you can sell me a 2-ounce bottle of something for $50. But what is the market doing? I think that a lot of times we jump off the porch, especially y'all in these clothing brands. I know that a Gucci purse can cost you upwards thousands of dollars. That don't mean that your person, because what's the proof? What's the price strategy behind that? What is your market saying? You have to run comps in your business. We do it in real estate all the time. Look every day. Comps in your business. Find brands that are comparable to you in terms of who you're marketing to.
Okay.
What kind of clothing you're going to be making, where you're going to be selling, and figure out how you can price things to, one, be within your realm, but also to be competitive.
Exactly, because you don't want to undercharge, but then you also don't want to overcharge.
Overcharging will literally run me away from your business.
That will run out. That is what's going to mess up your business. Once you're overcharging, but your services or your product is under-delivering.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of going to be the end of that.
That's it for me.
Business. Like, and it is going to be bad when you have these prices and then you have to lower them significantly. It's like when we're listing the house and we tell the seller, like, hey, we think the house is worth XYZ, but the seller think the house is worth $100K more. The neighborhood doesn't say that. But you have a certain amount that you want to net, which is fair. So you want to list at it. Now we're on the market for 2 years and we've dropped the price. Significantly many times. That's what's going to end up happening with your product.
And when people see that, I want y'all to know that causes a red flag for
it does.
For me, right? When I know somebody is charging $1,000 for a frontal, and all of a sudden now you doing $100 walk-in Wednesdays.
Why are we doing that?
Because 2 weeks ago we couldn't even get an appointment with you. You know what I'm saying? I think that you have to really be intentional about how you're pricing things. Because I will say it only takes one bad thing or one small mistake to run a consumer away. I'm a name drop because I know they ain't gonna do nothing to me, but I'm gonna tell y'all one website that I feel like did this and has lost me as a customer is Pretty Little Things. Okay.
Really?
I used to swear by Pretty Little Things. It was like a very quick, simple go-to for me.
Yeah.
And then I started noticing out of absolutely nowhere, they were like overpricing things that I just could not believe. Not like those like luxury collections that they be doing. It was just like random things that I felt like they kind of got hot and then started overpricing stuff. Once I kind of realized like, okay, y'all jacking up the price to kind of meet this like demand and you're not really serving the customer base that makes sense because Fashion Nova got this exact same thing and their 2-day shipping really do be meaning 2 days.
Really do.
I'm not about to keep dealing with
one day
this.
Actually.
It be hello and be on time. And that really, me as a consumer, it turned me off of that product. So I think you really just have to be mindful of one, who your consumer is and also who your competitors are. Because if me and Tiesha selling the exact same thing, we both have great marketing, but my stuff is substantially less than, why on earth would people continue to go to you?
Exactly.
A lot of this stuff be exactly the same. So just make sure your price point matches what it is that you're doing.
I feel like with Pretty Little Thing, they use it as like a sales tactic because they'll have like, oh, this blazer is $80, but they always got a sale. So it's $30. But really, it's only worth $30.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to make me feel like I got a deal, but I don't. But it be working.
Let's talk about that, though.
What do we call that?
A strategic sale.
Okay, I'm gonna say is that like clickbait? That's what they call like clickbait.
I feel like it's clickbait, but I also feel like it's a strategic sale. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you this because I learned this in a class that I took about business and sales. Somebody said the best thing that you can do is have a sale specifically with that strategy in mind, right? So what is everybody's favorite holiday to get something at a discount for?
Black Friday.
Black Friday. People will literally wait like, oh girl, I'm not finna buy that TV. I'm gonna wait till Black Friday.
The TVs don't eat how they used to eat on Black Friday no more. I don't know what that's about, but
I done got trampled before. That's why I don't even play with Black Friday no more. But I feel like for stuff like that, you want to be very strategic about creating sales in your business. Yeah. I think that's super important because I feel like it catches people's eye. The thing about Black Friday specifically is everybody is looking for a deal to buy something. Exactly. Because they know that this is the right time to do it. So for me, if I'm a consumer and I know Black Friday is coming up, I'm going to drop a product. I'm going to make the product maybe a smidge higher than usual. But I know that I'm going to run a Black Friday sale because everybody's going to revert back and circle back to buy that. And the price that I'm going to strategically drop down to is not going to be a price that's going to hurt me, but it's going to be a price that, one, is going to help me move these products faster. And it will because I was strategic about doing it. I think strategic sales are so important. I do that in my business. Yeah. So I'm just tell y'all a little secret. Every year around Christmas, because I know y'all got Christmas money, around Christmas and around taxes, when I know people get their money, I always do some type of, hey, if you're interested in buying a property, if you go under contract within X amount of time, we'll pay for your appraisal. Yeah. We'll pay for this. When people see that you're going to do something for free, you did something for a sale, it makes them more inclined to just be like, okay, let me do this.
Now it feels more beneficial to them.
I feel like I'm getting something special.
It feels more beneficial to them. And if it feels beneficial to the consumer, like I'm going to want to utilize it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, let's talk about one of the last things that I really, really like. And that to me is like the proof.
The proof. Oh God, you know how I feel. I am the Yelp queen. I am the review queen. I need to see proof of work. And I know I've said this on another episode, but y'all, it's really essential. So like as a business owner, it's something that I take very serious in my business. Like proof of work, I need it. I just cannot go to someone blindly or like utilize a service blindly. One of my favorite marketing things that companies are doing is working with the influencers. Yes. But I like when the influencers are super genuine with their reviews. You know what I'm saying? What's her name? And I don't want to even call her because she is so ghetto. E-Kane be getting on there. E-Kane is
sorry, girl.
She's a crazy, like she does like wig reviews.
Oh, okay, wait. I know you're talking about. When you said crazy, I knew it was. Shout out to her.
She be on there like giving the wig. The wigs look so good though, but she'll always give her review. She's like, it's shedding a little bit. Or like,
and keep it a
like keep it a buck. So now I feel like I can continue following this influencer because different businesses are going to use that. Now I feel like I can put my trust in this influencer because I know that you're going to tell me exactly what I need to know. I know that this wig is good because you're going to be honest, or I know that I don't need to shop with this vendor because you said what you said.
Let's talk about this though. Let's talk about the influencer piece, right? Because I kind of like
this. That's essential.
How do you feel about using influencers in your business as part of like this marketing strategy to like use it? Because I feel like using the influencer kind of encompasses all these things that we're talking about. Yeah. It's clickbait. It's strategic. It's proof. But how do you really feel as a consumer? Because sometimes I feel like it don't be genuine. And I feel like I can tell that you have been paid to sit in that seat and tell me something that may or may not be true. Yeah. How do you feel about people using influencers in their business?
I think influencers are a good use for any business, but I do feel like as the business owner, you do have to be extremely selective on who those influencers are because at the end of the day, these are just regular people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do background checks because it's like if something comes up, not only does it affect that influencer, but it affects the businesses that this influencer has been promoting.
I agree.
I personally like influencers who are also selective with their brands because some influencers, they're just going to kind of get on there and promote. If I see you on like every brand, you're like, this is so awesome.
Are you doing stuff that don't even make sense? Like you in the realm of like wigs and out of nowhere you like, I love cleaning my house with Clorox. Like, girl, you don't know nothing about that.
I mean, I get it. Get to the bad, but that's not a review that I'm going to trust.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to go to someone who, like, you're very selective on the brands that you work with and that you're going to promote so that I can trust what you're doing. Now, granted, hey, when the bag is talking, the bag is talking. Sometimes as influencers, you got to say certain things. But I don't know. That's why I feel like it can kind of get sticky. And it's up to the consumer of like what you going to believe. You know?
I think it starts with the business owner, right? Yeah. Because I think for me, if I'm a business owner, I'm less inclined to go with a person just because they have more followers because it's more of like a quality versus quantity.
Exactly.
Like if I am in the business of I don't know. Like,
let's talk about the podcast. Like when we want guests to come on.
Great example.
You know?
There are some people that I feel like have a lot of followers that have this or have that, but I don't know if their messaging and what they have going aligns with our business goals at all. Correct. Now, could we possibly get 100,000 views? Yes. And that may be good on that one post, but what is that going to do? Or what is that going to transcend to later down the line?
Exactly. What are people going to think about our podcast because we decided to work with this person?
And, is that audience even transferable?
Exactly.
Right? One thing, and shout out to all the guests that we have had on this couch, because I feel like each one of them are real life entrepreneurs that have real proof of concept. And that is why every time we have posted with them or did a collab with them, we have gotten a lot of like followers and people just say like, wow, this was very impactful because it was mutually beneficial and it aligned with them. So again, I feel like when you're in a certain industry, be very particular about who it is because I think it does skew the message.
Exactly.
Like when I see, like I seen, who was it? It was like a rapper, like DaBaby, talking about freaking. It was something so stupid. Like I know for a fact you don't know.
You don't utilize that service. I'm not believing.
You don't utilize this in real life, and it's like for me, it just makes me feel like okay, you were paid to do this,
exactly.
And it was so lackluster. Like, hey, y'all, make sure if y'all here, y'all go here and do this, blah blah blah. DaBaby.
Like, just because you're getting that visibility, is that the visibility that you want? Then you go to the comments and they're like, no, I tried it. Or if it's a bad service, I never got my package. You know, like you go to the comments and the comments aren't going to give you the real.
Because real people are going to give you real reviews and real results.
Exactly.
Like, if you are going to use other people to help move the needle forward in your business, one, make sure it's somebody that can actually do that. But also make sure it's somebody that can give like a real life review and can make sense of it, because at that point, you're just putting yourself at
and make sure it aligns with your goals for your business. Like we mentioned before, what's the problem that you're trying to solve? And does this person benefit and help you solve that problem in any way? Like, don't just look at, oh, she got 100K followers. Okay, she got 100K followers and maybe you're going to get
and begin at 12 likes.
Yeah, it's not going to do anything if what you're putting out doesn't resonate with that person's audience and vice versa. Like it has to be, again, mutually beneficial.
I think it got to be impact over influence.
Exactly.
We got to get impactors instead of influencers, because you really want people that's going to impact the business and the growth of where it's going in the future. So,
for sure. Because they're not cheap. So
I like that. And I feel like in there we kind of came up with like a 4P.
We did. What do we say? Proof of work, the price, the problem. What's the last one? Promotion?
It was a fourth one, but we're going to call this the 4 Ps, and we're going to kind of go over that.
PPP.
Yeah, put extra P, because that PPP got y'all in a lot of trouble.
Okay.
As usual, though, y'all, I really appreciate y'all tuning in. Like we said, social media marketing and marketing in general is really, really important to the business. But always make sure that you're creating some form of strategy or some type of proposal that make people feel like they cannot resist your business.
Exactly.
We are in a world, in a market full of things that are completely oversaturated. And if you do not set yourself apart, you will literally fall by the wayside in business. So make sure y'all are following these tips, putting them to great use, and continue to move the needle forward in your businesses.
Oh, I love that. I think you wrapped that up well.
Thank you. And
that was a good one.
On that note, I guess we'll see y'all next time on Hustle Haven.
Bye.